headlines. We start from the UK, where Queen Elizabeth II died this afternoon. Ghana Statistical Service revealed about 8 million persons in Ghana are illiterate. Daylight robbery at Asafo in Kumasi as robbers made away with 50,000 cedis cash from coastal operator. Presidential jet undergoing long overdue repair works in France. We will tell you how WhatsApp admins can now delete comments by all members in groups. And former President Mahama reacts to what IMF Boss said about Ghana's economy and what has created the current challenges. Welcome to Graphic Online's News in Brief. We start from the UK, where Queen Elizabeth II has died aged 96. Buckingham Palace announced that she died peacefully at Balmoral this afternoon.
The King and the Queen Consort will remain this evening and will return to London tomorrow. Queen Elizabeth II was the longest reigning monarch in British history and the world's oldest head of state. On her death, the Queen's eldest son, Charles, the former Prince of Wales, has become King of the United Kingdom and 14 Commonwealth realms. No official details have been released about what will happen over the coming days, but it is anticipated that the Queen will be given a full state funeral, as it is traditional to mark the death of a monarch. It is also expected that her body will lie in state to allow the public to pay tribute. The King will sign off the final plans in the coming days. President Nana Addo Akufo-Addo in a tweet extended his thoughts and the thoughts of all Ghanaians at home and abroad to her family. She was born as Princess Elizabeth Alexandra Mary in London on 21st April 1926. At the time, no one expected her to be queen, as she was the third in line to the throne behind her uncle and father. During her record-breaking reign, she dedicated her life to serving her country and the Commonwealth.
Away from that sad news, findings from an upcoming report from the Ghana Statistical Service revealed that 7.9 million persons aged 6 years and older in Ghana are illiterate, meaning they cannot read and write with understanding. Out of the number, 4.6 million are females and 3.3 million male illiterates.
Ghana has lower levels of adult literacy compared to its comparators, lower middle income and sub-Saharan African countries, after 3 years of provisions of illiteracy captured in the Education Strategic Plan of 2018 to 2020. This has necessitated the production of the 2021 Population Thematic Report Brief on illiteracy in Ghana, which will be released later this month. The report provides direction for stakeholders to target hotspots and drivers of illiteracy in Ghana, as it focuses on 3 broad areas of trends, patterns, and correlates of illiteracy.
At Asafo in Kumasi yesterday, there was a daylight robbery near the market where a 40-year-old coastal operator sustained gunshot wounds. The victim, Stephen Yame, was accosted by some unknown gunmen at about 2 p.m. shortly after he returned from the bank.
The victim, according to eyewitnesses, was making payment at a nearby cold store when the armed men on motorbikes arrived at the scene and demanded he hands over the cash to them. The armed men then shot in the direction of the victim and succeeded in bolting with about 50,000 Ghana cedis cash. The victim was taken to a nearby health facility and was treated and discharged.
The Director of Communications at the Presidency, Eugene Ahe, has disclosed that Ghana's presidential jet is currently undergoing long overdue repair works in France. The disclosure is in response to a Facebook post made by Samuel Kujetua Blakwa, MP for Norton, regarding the use of the presidential jet.
Mr. Eugene Ahe indicated that the only persons who flew the jet to France were the crew made up of pilots from the Ghana Air Force, and suggested that as a result of the repairs, President Akufo-Addo could not have used the presidential jet for an official visit to the Netherlands. Mr. Ahe further disclosed that the presidential jet departed Ghana on August 30th for the major repair works and will be out of service for 4 months. He added that it will be available for use in December and urged Mr. Kujetua Blakwa to minimize the habit for engaging in propaganda regarding the presidential jet so as to help avoid further embarrassments to what he said was his person.
As part of a privacy update, WhatsApp group administrators can now delete messages for every participant in a group. The messaging app's new feature will help group admins moderate unwanted comments in group conversations.
Per the new WhatsApp update, admins will have just over 2 days to act on any unwanted messages. Participants in a group will see that admin deleted the message. The feature will help admins to cut down the spread of problematic messages or media before other members of the group see and share them. It could also help with the curbing of spread of misinformation and fake news.
And before we go, former President John Dramani Mahama is questioning the assessment of the current state of the Ghanaian economy by the Managing Director of the International Monetary Fund, Kristalina Georgieva. Mr. Mahama says, while it was a relief to hear Madam Georgieva reaffirm the commitment of the IMF to support the people of Ghana in these perilous times, it was incontrovertible that the bad policies of the government had contributed to the economic slump.
In a Facebook post, former President Mahama said policies such as the bold, insensitive and dubious cost in closing down locally owned banks, the unbridled levels of corruption and the lack of accountability, including the mismanagement of COVID-19 funds, the unconventional borrowing practices riddled with opaqueness and the conflicts of interest resulting in an unsustainable debt envelope, the costly, experimental and untested programs could not be ignored in understating or in understanding the current dire state of the Ghanaian economy.
News in Brief is brought to you by Graphic News Plus.
Download your Graphic News Plus now and choose your preferred package daily, weekly, monthly, and annually, and access free news on various interest areas as well. Visit us on graphic.com.gh for further information. Graphic News Plus, connecting people through news.
Thank you for watching. For more news, please visit our website graphic.com.gh or follow us on Facebook at Daily Graphic and on YouTube and Twitter at GraphicGH. I'm Ama Amankwa Befi.
Subscribe now.